Thank you for joining us for our Tuesday with Tea. You've had to navigate the medical system, and that's what I really want to focus on. Like, I remember when you were going through the kidney treatment and it was extremely expensive, and your provider was like, oh yeah, we're not paying for that. And you literally had to hire an advocate. So can you speak a little bit on that process, on how you got to the advocate, how does somebody find an advocate? Did you pay the advocate, and how important it is to have an advocate when you are dealing with your health, like going to an appointment with somebody who can either take notes, record the appointment, do something for you, because it's like, how can you remember any of that?
Well, correct. So there's two different ways. Advocates can be paid, and you can find them and you can hire them. At the time,
How would somebody, let's just stop, let's go piece by piece, because this is a very important thing. How would somebody find an advocate? Like, what do you like, Google advocate to help me pay my medical bills?
You can Google that. You can go to, depending, do you have an insurance company? So you can go to directly to the insurance company and say, is there an advocate? If you're working, you can go to your employer, ask for the HR department, and usually, right, not everybody is amazing. Usually they will advocate for you. You can call the hospital and say, is there an advocate available? Because most hospitals will have an advocate on staff, or they'll contract so they're there 2 or 3 days a week.
And what did your advocate do for you? Like, how beneficial, like, just kind of walk us through, like, this person helped you, how?
So I had a little bit of a unique situation. I had to have my 6 weeks of my BCG treatment. And on the 4th week, the hospital that I was getting the treatments from ran out of the medicine. So I could no longer get it there. Thank God I had a friend who worked at another hospital, and he happened to have been chief of staff. And I called him up and I said, hey, George, I have a problem and I don't know what to do. So he made the arrangements. He said, I have the medicine for you here. My insurance wasn't going to cover it because that hospital was out of their network. I then had to call the insurance company, and then the insurance company made arrangements for me to be able to continue the treatments at that hospital. So just finding the medication, getting someone to hold it, getting the insurance company to advocate that they had to pay for it, and then getting the medication and staying there was, I mean, who has the energy to do that when you don't feel good?
Right.
And you can't think clearly, you're like, oh my God, I just can't take another thing. So, and really all of your energy should be spent on yourself, getting yourself better. So you don't want to do another fight, but sometimes you just have to.
So an advocate is somebody who could help you source out where the medicine you need is actually at, help you source out how to get it paid for, help you source out how to get to the hospital, and how to, like, didn't you also get some hotel stays covered because you had to go to another city to
I did, because you have to lie down after you do this medication, right? You have to lie down and rotate. So because the drive back to my house was too long, they actually paid for the stay in the hotel, which was great. And a lot of the Ronald McDonald houses for cancer will help with that. They're not for profit. They have it for kids where the parents can stay, but they also have them near most of the treatment centers or in local areas where you can get an overnight stay or a week stay or whatever it is you need, so they can assist you through the process.
And you were grown up, because, like, this is something that we hear about, like Ronald McDonald House, St. Jude's for kids, but it's nice to know that you don't have to be 7, you can be 47 and still get this kind of care.
Exactly. And the adult version is called Hope Lodge.
Hope Lodge. Okay. All right. For those of you who don't know Hope Lodge, and who runs Hope Lodge? Is that a national?
That American Cancer Society.
Oh, okay. All right. So those things would be all over the place. Okay.
Yep.
Right. Awesome. Well, that's awesome news, Lori. Thank you for sharing that.